Okay, welcome back to the second of my Unscriptable challenge, where I challenge myself to do daily uploads with raw, unfiltered, unedited, unscripted footage of myself and my experience of life at the moment here in Thailand. Excuse me. I am here with my family, my beautiful wife Victoria and Leonardo, the great little, I don't know, our son Leonardo, 4 months old, and it's been quite a journey. We've been here 10 days, been to Thailand many times, but we realized that it is quite different to travel with a 4-month-old baby than just by ourselves. The level of spontaneity and flexibility, improvisation is quite different, and you have to get used to a whole new way of getting around, because perhaps, for example, today we were in the city close by and we had to pick up a taxi to get home to our hotel, and then the taxi driver was just absolutely nuts, and he started driving off into some strange jungle paths and talked half Thai, half English about having to pick up more people somewhere in the jungle. And he was on his phone half the time on WhatsApp, talking with friends and going back and forth on the road, and it felt really unsafe. So we had to ask him politely to pull over at first, but he decided not to respond to that, and the tension the atmosphere in the car kind of got pretty intense, I would say, and we ended up shouting and yelling at each other, forcing him to pull over the car. And after some shouting back and forth on the side of the road, we ended up getting our money back, thankfully, because we actually pulled the money out of his hand, and he went off at about. So that's of course a sad story, but it's part of the adventure when you're traveling to the less developed parts of the world. So now we just got back to the hotel, and it's quite a relief to be back. This is not something you can complain about. But our little son Leonardo, he was very quiet throughout the whole stay, or the whole episode, which was nice, of course. I would have thought he might have started to cry or something, because it was pretty bad energy, and he did not. But after we got home, he's been crying non-stop for an hour. So I think there was kind of a delayed response, and his nervous system was kind of shocked, which is of course very unpleasant and not nice. But we managed to soothe him and get him back to a more resting state. So now wife Victoria and Leonardo is finally asleep in the shaded apartment of ours here. So I decided to take the opportunity to record today's video of this interesting Unscriptable challenge, and I'm still very excited about the challenge, even though it's a very small thing on the grand scale. It's a great thing for me and my wife Victoria. She actually decided to also do this challenge, so I will leave a link below to her channel. She just opened up to do the same thing, and maybe we will be starting a trend YouTube-wide. We never know. Okay, but the cool thing is that I can actually already feel that I feel more relaxed and confident on the camera. You don't have to be making a big problem out of it. It's all about just, I guess, being in the present. Trying to just express whatever is on top of mind, because as we all know, we all have things that we keep coming back to in our minds, and things that fills up our consciousness throughout the day. And I had a lot of ideas on how I want to spend my time here in Thailand. I want to do work, I want to do videos, work out, experience, have a massage perhaps. but it's turned out to be quite different. And you just have to be realistic, I guess, when you all of a sudden are a family and not just your own lone wolf style spirit thing way of traveling. So it's been hard to get the things done that I wanted to do, but the good thing is that I came up with this little project, which I see as part of my job as well, because I wanted to develop myself and be better at doing content that is authentic, interesting, and real for YouTube, because I think the whole AI revolution, I did get into doing some AI content, but quickly got pretty demoralized, to be honest, because of the soullessness of the content, and decided to pivot back to the more genuine, real, human, authentic style of creating content, because that is obviously not something that any AI will ever be able to reproduce or replicate. Of course, they will be able to emulate to an indistinguishable level pretty soon, but the lived experience and the true, honest reflections of a human mind will always have some kind of value that AI can't replicate, just by the sheer fact that it is not AI. That's the thing that I'm pondering a lot at the moment. So if you guys still following along, that's pretty amazing stuff. And if you have any feedback or comments, ideas on how you think that I could improve, I am all ears, and I'll be responding to all of the comments down below. Without further ado, I think that is all for today. Tomorrow will be interesting. Hopefully I will have better time to do a video where I talk about the things that I really think is important for the future. This was just a quick little reflection from our daily life here in Copenhagen at the moment. And you have to, of course, take the good with the bad, the sweet with the sour. And when you're traveling, you get some of both. And that's also part of the journey, because if everything was just, again, scripted and predictable, and as everything was just as usual, you could just as well stay at home and bore yourself to death, right? So that's my little that is me trying to make a charming little ending to this video, and let's see how I did. Looking forward to the next one, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.